another episode of Off Topic. We are back. We had a break for Thanksgiving. We meant to make an episode, and then my family got sick, and I didn't want to get everyone else sick,
So we didn't.
But
here we are.
Here we are for the rest
back.
of the month of December. We will be taking a break after the month of December for a couple of weeks. So we can
Rest,
spend
relax.
some time, enjoy the new year. But I am Chris, and to my right, as always, I have John Parker.
Hello.
And to my left, I have Justin Gardner.
Hello.
How are you guys doing?
Fine.
We had
Great.
snow.
We did. We had snow.
8 inches.
Was it 8 inches?
It was 8 inches.
I think at the airport it was 8 inches.
Yeah, and then it melted in 2 days.
Well, it's November.
That's Kansas for you.
And now it's going to be 60 degrees this week.
Again, Kansas
Which
for
is
you.
great
Which
because,
is perfect
because
for
we have
our
to be
event.
outside.
Yes, for our event this week that we have at our...
Well, some of you have to be
Okay,
outside.
last year it was brutally cold.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just-
Not
it
where
was,
we were.
What, like in the teens?
Yep. And
Wasn't
then
it?
when we were shutting down, we had those barrels of water. Do you remember that?
Oh, it was awful.
It's so
It's
cold.
awful.
And then
So
we play the
cold.
game that I always love to play. Is it mud or poop?
Yes, that's a fun game.
Yes.
Which
And nobody wins.
no one wins in that, as Sam would say.
Yes.
No one wins in that because mud is just awful.
Yes.
And then you've got poop.
You've
Yeah,
got the
and
other
then
one.
the
that is-
alternative is
Because
poop.
you got animals out there and you've got cords, electrical cords that are out there in the mud that have been sitting out there, and then you're trying to wrap them all up.
That was also a really long night.
That was a
that
very
last
long night.
That last night we were there.
Okay,
did
here,
you,
I'll
did
throw.
you did you go up the big?
Oh, yeah. He took me all the way up to the top. Okay, so to talk about something that anybody has a clue of what it is we're talking about.
Yeah.
Here, I'll throw us into chaos.
Okay.
Favorite Christmas movie? Go.
Oh, man.
Okay, so
There
I
are
ans-
right answers to this, by the way.
I answered this over the weekend. Okay, and I have two.
Okay.
I have 3 technically, but go ahead.
So Home Alone
Okay.
Yeah.
Good one.
or The Santa Claus.
Excellent movie.
The first one.
Yeah.
Do you like the others?
I like the first one. I like the second one. The third one is good, not my favorite.
Yeah. Do you like the series?
I haven't seen the series.
Series
I
is good.
see.
I don't
I
know.
I don't know that I can
tried.
get behind the series because he doesn't want to be Santa anymore.
But he is though.
Yeah, I know, but I don't
just
know.
gave
I
it
can't
away.
I can't get behind the series.
Spoiler alert. We're
I
sorry,
just,
everyone.
I just spoiled it.
Why would you do that?
Okay. Anyway, John, what's your answer, or do you want me to answer?
Yeah, you go ahead.
All right. This is not a family appropriate movie.
Oh, here
Die
we go.
Hard.
No. No.
That is.
It is a Christmas movie.
Technically, it's a Christmas movie, as much as.
Fa la 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 la.
No. Anyway, I would say so. I like the live action Grinch. We watch it every year.
With Jim Carrey.
Oh, yeah, with Jim
Excellent
Carrey.
movie.
Yes.
Excellent.
I own it. That's how much I like
I'm
it.
not positive why we need a sequel.
Yeah, that's a thing. I'm still trying to figure out. I'm like, what are you
What are
going
you
to
gonna?
do?
Is he gonna
But
steal
also-
Christmas again?
Is the Grinch going to get saved?
Okay.
I saw a video. I saw a video.
Okay.
I saw a video that a church posted, like before we started editing or before we
deal
started
with it.
recording. It was the Grinch. It was showing him like destroying Christmas, and then the next scene, he's like sitting there in the
Oh
worship center.
no.
And then it shows his past again, like destroying Christmas,
You ever-
and then sitting there reading the Bible.
That's
I was
fantastic.
like, this
That's
is amazing.
amazing.
Have you seen that meme of the Grinch taking yoga and
Yes,
it's
yeah.
like just
And let
just
out all of your
let it all out.
Let it all out. yes, it's just like that. Oh man, I love that video. No, so live action Grinch.
Uh-huh.
Home Alone's a good one.
The older I get, the more I hate Home Alone.
Really,
What?
That kid just needs a
I
spanking.
I watched Home
Somebody
Alone
needs to whoop that
recently, and I was like, he wasn't actually that bad of a kid.
What?
I feel like he wasn't that bad of a kid. His parents are awful.
Oh, the whole family's off.
His parents are awful.
There's no redeeming
Especially in
person
the
that
second
family.
one. Like they just
I've
like,
never seen the second one.
Okay, so here and Marin brought up a good point because we watched Home Alone the other day, and she was like,
which the actor did get a star this week.
"Oh, really?
Yeah, he got a star.
of course he did."
Macaulay Culkin?
Yep, he got
Oh,
a star.
fantastic.
So
Good for
here's
him.
the question.
And he's married to Brenda Song. You know that, right?
To who?
Yeah.
Yeah.
To
Yeah,
who?
he's married to Brenda Song is a Disney.
Disney She was a child actor, star.
She was in Sweet Life of Zach and Cody.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
What's
the big
that?
thing.
Wasn't she in High School Musical too?
No,
Okay,
I don't think so.
maybe not.
No, I don't know. Kelsey, was Brenda's song in High School Musical? No. Okay. See,
Okay.
See, I told you.
See, there we go.
Whenever we need information, we ask Google or the wives.
Yes, it's true.
So yeah, he got to start.
So
this week.
okay, so we were talking about that, and she was like, "It's bad enough that you forget your kid once.
Check.
How do you forget your kid twice?"
So how they set it up actually was pretty good. Like, do you remember? Have you watched it recently?
I haven't watched it recently.
So
no.
they're in the airport. He's following his dad. He's
Oh,
trying to put batteries
yes,
in
and
his
he-
recorder.
yeah.
He looked up again,
and they were gone.
Followed
or
the
he
ja-
followed the wrong
guy was
followed
wearing
the
same
wrong guy.
jacket, and then he ran into the
he
flight
ran onto the
attendant.
wrong flight.
and then went in there, and then their seats weren't next to each other either.
Right.
They mentioned that in the beginning of the story.
Yet again, worst family ever.
Yeah,
Well,
Yeah.
maybe
Yeah.
not worst family ever.
Just-
but
just
they're not. They're not likable.
yeah. And then the scene of like, it's become a holiday tradition, but we've never lost our luggage. And then they both like hit the desk, like because it's made out of wood, and the cop's just sitting there. Like, Child Protective Services should have been called.
Oh,
at
wait.
that second.
Let me tell
Oh
you.
yeah.
Like CPS right then, like we're locking you up. Like, how do you leave your child?
Okay. So here's my three.
Okay, well, I didn't
sorry.
mention
sorry.
my reason,
It's
so
not
go
done
ahead.
yet.
here's the not family friendly one. It's Christmas Vacation.
Oh yeah.
It's hard to argue that.
I love that movie.
See, I would
unfortunately.
if I were to add one more for my third. It would
I will say
No one asked.
I will say I do put the filter on. I do pay for a service during the Christmas season so I can watch it and watch it without some scenes.
all the stuff. I would probably add Deck the Halls to my list
Never seen
with
it.
Danny DeVito.
Never
and-
seen it.
Oh,
I've seen Jingle All the Way. That is a
Which
good
I've
one.
still not seen.
What?
I know.
I've seen
Don't watch
that.
Jingle All the Way too.
Yeah,
It's
No,
got Larry the Cable Guy in
obviously.
it. I like
Oh.
Larry the Cable Guy, but
Not his acting.
not his acting.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
So-
He's like in Tooth Fairy too, also.
Oh yes. well,
basically the two neighbors, they have a Christmas light fight.
Ah.
And so they're like across the street, and one puts up bright lights every year. One is a Scrooge, and
I need to add this.
and
to
then
my
he
list.
like decides to put lights up, and then they like start going back and forth.
Oh,
Okay.
And
Well, there you
yeah,
go.
it's a great movie.
I'll have to put that in my list. Now, before you
Uh-huh.
do your list, and I'm gonna have a
Okay.
question.
So the right answers are
Oh no!
the Nativity Story from 2005.
Oh yes, here he
No,
goes.
I've never
Here he
seen
goes.
No, nobody at
Here
our
he
church
goes.
has ever seen this movie.
Here
I
he
don't
goes.
understand how you call yourselves Christians. I personally love the story of Jesus being born, so I watch
yes,
it
I
every
do
year.
too.
I believe the major film debut of Oscar Isaac in that movie as Joseph.
Ooh,
Yeah, I know. You should watch it. It's a
I
great
should
movie.
Watch it. I should watch it. He's
And then
thinking.
I forgot my number two. I know.
really,
Oh no, sorry.
Okay.
Sorry. It's a Wonderful Life.
okay, good.
Okay, I'll give you that.
It's a good one. Here's the thing: is we watch every Christmas movie, which I've never known Deck the Hall, so I'll add that one to my list.
Yes, you should.
But I watch every Christmas movie every year
Uh huh.
because it's just a thing.
Yeah, that's what you do.
The kids have watched Polar Express 4 times already.
Polar Express.
Hey, all right, what's your third one? As he
As he
tries not to
dies.
die.
I got all excited about Polar Express. Okay,
The Hot Cocoa song is good.
The single. It's hot chocolate. not
Yeah, I know,
cocoa.
I know, but you know what I'm talking about.
Say we got it.
The single number one best Christmas movie ever made. They should have stopped after this one,
Oh no,
even though Nativity Story came later. Muppet Christmas Carol.
Okay, so watched that for the first time
Yeah,
on
that's good.
Friday.
Really?
Never seen it.
And your
See,
life's been
okay.
changed,
he
hasn't it?
doesn't look pleased.
Here's the thing. Okay.
Try to tell me
this
why
is
this
an
is a bad
unpopular.
movie.
No, it's not a bad movie. This
I'm
is an
stuck in the middle of this
unpopular.
argument.
This is an unpopular opinion, and I know it is.
Okay.
I'm not a huge fan of the Muppets.
What? I'm gonna throw this cookie
See,
at him.
that's see.
What?
This generation has no respect.
The Muppets are amazing.
I know, and my wife would yell at me for saying that, but I don't know.
I feel like also like the Muppet Christmas Carol is the last good Muppet movie.
See,
don't
but
like the new ones?
what's funny is I like the new ones with
see, there we go. There it is.
with what's his name, and they don't want to be the Muppet. They don't want to.
It's
do
not
it
the top
anymore.
of the list when it comes to Muppets, but it's an alright movie. I like it because it's got Muppets in it. What about it? I'm
So,
like
okay,
Muppet
so-
of a man.
But even if
I'm
you don't
That song's
sorry,
good.
Even if you
But-
don't like the Muppets, it's got Michael Caine.
Michael
yes,
Caine.
a younger Michael
Oh, yeah.
Caine. He's still
Trying to be
like
an
in
older
it-
Michael
He's
Caine.
still like in his 60s at that point, but
How old is that man?
he's pushing
That's a good
90,
question.
I think.
Also, here's the thing. I feel this tension with like Christmas music, but also movies. Do you think that we're ever going to get anything like iconic ever again?
No.
You know, like you got like, is it Chuck? What's his last name? Is it Chuck Berry? That's not his name.
Chuck Berry, yeah. Johnny Be Good,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, yeah, because he does Run Rudolph.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
And then then you've got Dreaming of a White Christmas.
Right.
Things like that. Like I just don't think you get songs like that anymore. Or like even in the '80s when like
You've got,
Well,
I mean,
music was
you've got
coming out.
Mariah Carey.
But you've got Mariah who came in there.
No, she doesn't count.
You don't
I'm pretty
think
sure
that's
the
an
entire
iconic
Okay,
rest
that
of
is an
America
song?
would argue
iconic
with
song,
that.
but that's the only iconic song. Then she does Silent Night, and it's just
Oh, yes.
Yeah, but
Oh,
you're
yes,
but
yes.
you're saying you're
All I
talking
Want
about
for
like
Christmas.
modern
Yeah, it's a good
day.
song, but Michael Bublé does it too. But all he's doing is just
Yes, but when you think
I
all-
want a new Christmas song.
What's the okay?
You know what I'm saying?
I'm about to embarrass myself.
yes,
But I want a good new Christmas movie too. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like we don't
so
do
you
that anymore.
but you're wanting like a Miracle on 34th Street type of movie,
Great movie.
yeah, good movie.
or
I'm saying like
or
Home Alone. We
whatever
tried to
it may be.
they tried to redo Home Alone. Hated it.
Oh, it was a
well, yeah, because
That's-
it's
well, 'cause
part of
Disney
it is-
doesn't know what they're doing with movies
No
anymore.
offense to British accents, love them.
part of it is
But
the
when you
like
have a
Michael
kid,
Caine.
but when you have a kid that's already kind of like acting pretty bratty, like over the top, I feel like do you understand that Home Alone was made around that actor? I can't say his name.
Macaulay
Macaulay
Yeah.
Culkin.
It was made around that actor.
Oh yeah,
That character was made for him because
Yeah.
he was on Uncle Buck. Good movie. Another good movie. You ever seen Uncle Buck?
I've not
heard
seen
of
Uncle
it.
Buck.
Okay.
Haven't
There's a
seen
scene that he kind of does what he does in Home Alone, like to this person that's kind of showing up at their house, and the director, Chris Columbus, was like, "Love that. I'm working on this film, and I want you to be this character," and they completely just did the whole movie based on that person, on that actor.
Well, that's not an uncommon thing.
I
though.
know, but I'm saying that they tried
But
to
that is pretty
redo
impressive.
that
Yeah,
with this
In-
new kid,
in
and it just turned out. It just sounded like he was just very like a spoiled brat.
Have you watched
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Have you watched the movies that made us on Home Alone?
No, but I need to.
It's they built part of that house in a swimming pool so that they could flood it. They just lowered it in.
Oh, you're talking about the second house. Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Oh, that's-
amazing what they did for that movie. It's so
Yeah.
cool.
But I think you're what you're asking or what you're wanting is a new iconic.
But I
Christmas
feel this issue not even with Christmas, but just with general, like with music. Am I getting to the point where I'm so old that
Yes.
I don't understand?
Welcome to this phase
No.
of your life.
I don't understand new music.
Oh, I've never understood new music.
Like there was a point I think in high school. It started in high school when mumble rap was a big thing, where it came
Right.
out and that was the thing. And I feel like that's kind of taken over. And you know what I'm saying?
I tend to be on the
I mean, I've never listened to like popular music because I've always listened to kind of like indie rock and music that wasn't in my
see,
age.
but even like for me, it tends to be. I'll listen to stuff that was from the 80s and 90s, and I don't even touch the new stuff.
Yeah,
Because like
But
there's
I'm
very
saying,
little
like,
that
this is going to date us. Not really date us that much, but like when we were in middle school, like Party Rock Anthem.
Yes.
Like, that's a song that like everyone knew, or like Flo Rida came out with a couple of things, and like everyone
just be
knew.
over here.
Yeah, I know. You just stay over there for a second. Things came out when we were out, and it was popular and people listened to like Gangnam Style, things
Right.
like that. But I feel like now
But those are more memes.
I
now
know,
than anything.
but the thing is, those songs now come out, and I'm like, I don't know what that is.
right.
You know what I'm
Yes.
saying?
Yes.
Like it doesn't even sound musically good.
And
That's
I
the
don't
other
and I
thing.
don't know if I'm a little jaded in that way, like that
I will
just
say that
like
since
the
high
old
school,
stuff.
well, yeah,
but-
and then also since high school, I've gone more into my faith too. So I don't listen
Yes,
to a
so
lot of
there's
secular
that.
music either. But I'm saying, like, even on TikTok, the only songs I know that are popular are because, or like Instagram, is because they're used as a sound,
yes,
Yes.
right.
and that's it. And the only reason why they're popular is because everyone has been using them.
Yes.
They're not even, and it's not even like a new song that's coming out right now or anything. It's just like some song that someone found. And
What were we talking about at the staff lunch the other day?
he's so
We talked about a lot of stuff at staff lunch. Would you care to be more specific?
Weren't we talking about music and records and
Oh, how cassettes are coming back?
yeah?
Oh, we talked about that on here on the show a little
Yeah.
bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't remember that? That was in the 2-hour episode.
Oh no, that 2-hour episode was a blur,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
Okay, so here's I was going to add to this.
Okay, this will be the
A
final
new song,
thing.
a new song that I actually really enjoyed. New Christmas
Okay.
song. And I'm going to take I am prepared
I'm
for the vitriol that is about to
okay.
Oh
About
no,
to-
As he's listening on Apple Music.
which is even worse.
Hey, where's your Spotify Wrapped?
I got my Apple Music thing.
Oh, we need to talk. We need to
okay,
talk
shut-
through our
I'm
Spotify.
trying
Wrapped.
I don't know what mine is.
I'm
I
trying
do.
to
Okay,
someone
sorry.
who's trying to talk and have it.
You have to also understand it's my Spotify is used for the house, so there's probably a bunch of like rain sounds and lullabies that are added to it.
Coco Melon.
Yeah. No, we don't.
Bluey.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead. Sorry.
The song is "Santa Tell Me" by Ariana Grande. I don't know.
And
I
you
like that
lost
song.
me.
You lost me.
I like that
And
See,
song.
here's the
I'm
thing,
out.
and I'm going to say this, and Kelsey already knows my opinion about this. I don't like Santa Baby. I hate
Oh
the
no,
song.
that's a terrible song.
Yeah.
I don't like the song.
I would
Of all
agree.
the songs that should have been thrown a fit about,
Yes.
that's the one we missed.
Maybe it's cold outside.
That was fine.
I like that song.
Let that song be. That song existed in an era.
You.
Also, it was written. Wasn't it written like a husband and wife? That
Oh, I
wrote
have
it?
no idea.
Oh, okay. Well, anyway, like, I don't know. As a husband,
It never
that's kind of like a
bothered me.
playful song.
Like, yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's. I don't know.
You have to be
It's
really
like the cat
cynical.
and mouse kind of like
yeah.
idea. But
It's called dating.
yeah. But here's the thing, though. Santa Baby,
Horrible song.
I don't like that song.
All about materialism.
It's
And the fact that the Christmas station here plays the Madonna version of that song only is so perfect.
they do. Yeah,
Is so
Yeah.
perfect.
I think that's the thing that. Yeah, I think the Madonna version's probably the worst out of that.
But yeah,
You know what we should do?
What
We've
should
talked
we do?
about this. Is we should have a music version of this show. I don't know. If you guys are interested in that, let us know. You can contact us on
Yeah.
all of our social
both
medias.
of you, let us know.
Yeah, both
yeah,
of you.
all three of you.
Yes.
Who watch
no, there's a
and
lot more
listen.
listeners that actually. We actually got quite a bit of listeners, and I wonder if we were missed. I hope we were missed. People are like, "Ah, they gave up." No, we didn't give up.
We're
but
back, people.
Yeah, you can let us know on the Alive Net on social media. But we'll be right back, and hopefully we'll get back into a topic that we have for today.
We have a topic.
We might. We'll
great.
see.
We'll find out.
We'll see how this.
Kind of
rabbit
want to
trail
talk
goes.
about my Spotify rap.
Okay, we'll see what we can do.
It's not that.
All right. Welcome back to Off Topic. We were talking about Christmas songs and Christmas movies because, it's the Christmas time.
Yes.
We're in December.
And it's also that time for Spotify rap.
Okay, yeah. I'm not doing mine because I was a snob at one point of the year and was using Tidal because I was like, I'm going to listen to pristine music quality.
And then you realized you couldn't tell the difference.
Well, I could tell the difference,
Oh, okay.
but also I don't want to spend the extra money because, yeah.
Our technical director at church swears by Amazon Music.
Yeah, but he uses Spotify, though. I have actively watched him.
He
play.
says he uses it,
No.
or he did for a while.
He
anyway.
did it for a while.
Since y'all are lame,
Title's good, though.
and you're not gonna do it,
And Apple
you
Music was
don't
good,
have Spotify.
I
Yeah,
use
'cause-
Apple.
Yeah, but they
I
call
have-
it,
I
they call
have
it
my
repeat.
I have my replay.
Replay, whatever.
So you guys know me pretty well. I want you to take a guess at my
you already
top
told us.
5 artists.
You already told us the first one.
Yes, number
But,
1.
Need to breathe.
Number 1
This
is
man
Need to
is
Breathe.
obsessed
Okay.
with them.
Yes,
And then number 2 is We the Kingdom.
wrong.
Really?
Foo Fighters.
There you go.
Okay.
There's number
You
2.
sinner.
Number 3 is
We the Kingdom.
wrong.
Still.
I'm not a big We the
It's-
Kingdom fan.
oh,
as
I'm
you
sure
know.
it's on there,
that's
though.
his
That's
wife.
my wife.
I guess that's
We
true.
the Kingdom is good, though.
Number 3, Dave Matthews.
Really?
Really? I didn't know you were a Dave Matthews guy.
Yes.
Top of my list.
Bless
Whoa,
your soul.
you
Yeah, I know.
just
I am.
Going-
threw
It-
coffee everywhere.
going back to our drummer conversation from the car earlier, that guy makes the list.
Yes.
Carter
100%.
Beauford's amazing.
100%.
Okay, proceed.
Number 3, Dave Matthews Band. Number 4,
Phil Wickham.
Oh, okay.
boy, JP's got this nailed.
Johnny Cash.
And number 5, just
Hey, I like Johnny
shush over
Cash.
there.
I do love Johnny Cash.
You old
Number
people.
5.
Number 5.
Number 5.
That man is a music legend. You better back up.
Did you just talk smack on Johnny Cash?
The Man in Black,
Number 5.
as you're wearing all black.
Look at him try to avoid the subject.
I know. Number 5.
We already got.
Hold on.
Oh, Matt Marr.
Wrong.
Hold on. Oh, that would have been a good
That
one.
was a
Hold
good guess.
Hold on.
I figured he would be on the list this year,
Hold
but
on.
he wasn't.
I'm thinking as the coffee's not making me
He's
think.
he's not. This is not a Christian artist.
I know. That's what I'm trying to figure out.
This is really fun
Rush.
for me.
Is it guy?
No.
Is it guy band? Skillet.
No,
Oh,
it's not Skillet. It is. It is a yes. It is a guy. Yes.
And it is.
It is Mammoth. WVH. Eddie Van Halen sung. Wolfgang. Yep. There you go.
I don't know.
So,
I used to listen to Van Halen though. Quite a
Okay,
bit.
so at our house, the girls are obsessed with Kids Baking Championship.
Yeah,
Okay.
sounds about right.
And it's hosted by Valerie Bertinelli. And she was talking in one of the episodes. She's like, yeah, I made these for Wolfie. And I never thought about it. And I was like, wait a minute. Is she talking about Wolfgang Van Halen?
Yes.
And then I realized, oh, yeah, that would have been about the right time frame. Yeah, I didn't realize Valerie was his mom.
Yeah.
Wow.
There you go.
Well, her and Eddie were married until he died. I thought.
I keep forgetting he died.
Really?
Yeah, I thought. I could be wrong, but I thought so.
Google to the rescue.
Google.
Yes,
to the
here comes
rescue.
Google.
Google doesn't lie.
How's that cookie over there, Chris?
Good.
He says as he puts a bunch of cookie into his mouth.
I'm just saying, best cookies around.
Now, I will say my top songs, Matt Marr was on the list. Lord's Prayer was on that list at number 5. Let's see. Number 2,
Not until he died.
not until he died.
They were married. Now they had a really good run. Valerie Bertinelli and Eddie Van Halen, 1981 to 2007, and then she married Tom Vitale in 2011.
I couldn't remember if they had remarried or not.
Vitelli.
but
That's
yes.
a good name.
So there you go. What's your Apple replayed? What?
Oh, I just got off it to search that on Google.
Great, perfect.
Here, wait, hold on.
Daft Punk's on the top of my list.
Okay, here we go.
Is it really?
I think it's Recovered Memories.
Are we doing artists?
Those are good.
Artists.
Artists. This is pathetic.
Oh no.
This tells you how much I listen to music. Okay, number 1 artist, Zach Brown Band. I'll stand behind that. I
Okay.
like me some Zach Brown Band.
Zach Brown's good.
number 2
I was
artist.
going to say a line, but that's not appropriate.
And what's so bad is like I listened to this album for like a week and it made it to my number 2. Jekyll and Carr,
No idea who
I
that
don't know
is.
who that is.
gospel lady. She's fantastic. Number 3, Scary Pockets.
Okay.
Scary Pockets always for the win. Number 5, Matt Maher.
Really?
Okay, who's number 4?
I don't want to talk about it.
Oh, you're fake. Oh, yeah.
So for an event we had at the church, I've logged into my my account on the computer in this room, and we needed background music. So my number 4 is sadly Cafe Music BGM channel, because I needed background music for an event.
That's amazing.
Top of my list is smooth jazz instrumental, because we listen to smooth jazz a lot in this house. It's very relaxing. I will throw a bug at you if you diss smooth jazz.
Chris just sits here like this.
I do. Actually, the kids.
What do you got
like
wrong with
it.
smooth jazz?
It's very
I
calming.
like smooth jazz.
It's very calming.
Smooth jazz. You like jazz?
jazz?
You like jazz?
Jazz is good. Do you know that? So actually, on the radio station that we're on, jazz plays an hour after we.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
For the rest
Yeah,
of the
so
night.
listen to us and then
Listen to smooth jazz.
fall asleep to some smooth jazz.
It's good. New Spring's on it too. Some of New
Oh.
Spring songs
See, there you go.
they've done. It's good. It's good.
It's good.
It's good.
Got
What see, this is what happens when
We don't have a
we
topic.
don't have anything planned
you know
to
what
talk
I thought
about.
today? I thought about should we talk about the balancing of having joy with the Christmas season and all the stress that comes along with it.
Oh no.
Yeah. Because I love Christmas. I absolutely love it. Hence the small little Christmas tree that's right here, because you can't see my big one over there. And there's a fireplace behind Justin.
And the man's rocking 2 Christmas trees over here.
2 Christmas trees. Yeah.
And
Anyway.
a Santa.
Yeah, and
have a
that's
Santa
a
over there.
Santa
Pagan.
cookie jar.
That's what I thought.
Pagan.
Colby walks up and calls it ho ho. So there's that,
There you go.
because that's what Santa says.
Yes.
As he said, yeah, there you go.
So, but yeah, we love Christmas. But in the line of the career that we have, working at a church that loves Christmas also, there's a lot of things that we do for our congregation and for the environments that we're a part of. And on top of that, especially, I've got kids, you've got kids. I don't know.
He is a kid.
I have
He is a
no
kid.
kids.
And so, there's still events that you're trying to do with your family too. You're trying to make
Right.
memories with your kids. You're trying to make memories with your family. You've got family that's coming into town, or they're in town and they're like, hey, I want to hang out with you. Let's go to this. Let's go to that. How do you balance all that?
I'll let you know as soon as I figure it out.
I was going to say, I'm not really one to give advice on this because I think this is an area that I really struggle in.
So we have struggled with it, but I think we have found a rhythm. So our rhythm is normally I give Kelsey, days that I'm going to stay late for rehearsals, or there's an event this week, or whatever, And then she works around that. It's like, okay, on your days off, we're going to do this, or after service on Saturday, we're going to do this, so on and so forth. And, last night we went to IHOP, had some Christmas stuff, some Christmas pancake,
Very nice.
and then we went to go look at Christmas lights.
Nice.
So,
It feels a little early for the Christmas light looking. How
Oh.
is
It
it?
does.
How is it at
no,
this
it's
point?
it's good.
Is it good?
It's
Okay.
good. Yeah, I've got a list if you want it.
Oh, very good.
Yes.
Which went to Brandon's house this week. See his light display.
It's like his whole neighborhood, right?
It's pretty good. Yeah, it's his whole cul-de-sac. He
Yeah.
has permission.
Somebody
Yeah,
thinks
it's
he's
pretty good.
special.
Well, and then he's got it on a FM station.
Yeah, it's impressive.
Brandon, we need to talk about your FM transmitter.
Oh,
Should not be
Oh,
going
boy.
2 miles away. I sent a text to him last night. He said, "No, it doesn't." I said, "Yes, it does. It does." That's illegal, my friend.
And you just called him out right here on our
not that,
podcast.
Yeah, that's fine.
not that anybody will know.
It's true.
So for us, it's that sprint to Christmas Eve, right? Just don't talk to me about how's my Christmas until Christmas.
Yep.
And then it's the week after where it finally kind of starts to feel like Christmas for us.
Really? I always get sick the week after Christmas.
Really?
Yeah,
Now, that
every
does
year
usually happen at my house.
without fail.
That sucks.
After Christmas Eve services,
I
get done,
used to.
I get sick.
Usually, I used to get sick anytime we would, just like we'd push really hard to any event that was happening,
Right.
like Easter or like a summer event that we were going to do. I would get sick afterwards, and I was like, "Oh, I didn't take care of myself."
It's
So
just
I've been
my
getting
body's
better
way
about
of
that
saying,
too.
No.
I've been trying to take care of my sleep. We were talking about that before the recording.
Yes.
You're on
Someone-
you're on a CPAP, right?
I'm on a CPAP.
I'm on a CPAP.
Somebody else is about to be.
Someone's about to be on a
need to
CPAP
be.
machine. And I'm not saying everyone needs a CPAP machine, and I don't use it as much as I should, but even the small bit of time that I do use it, I have noticed a difference. And then just the crazy amount of like water I've been drinking lately, because honestly, most of your American people are chronically dehydrated.
Oh yeah.
We do not drink enough water. We drink more coffee, we drink more pop, tea. Those are all things that are going to make you dehydrated.
Yep.
And not drink enough water. I've been cutting down, like, this is probably one of maybe 3 coffees that I'll drink this week. I used to drink 2 coffees a day and a Celsius every single day.
Oh, you don't?
Wow.
Wait,
Yeah.
what do you mean Celsius? We don't allow that.
It's only science.
We have one brand for our church, and that is not it.
No, it's Celsius. Trust me.
Mm-hmm.
So here, I'm curious.
Which we've cut that too.
I'm curious to see what you guys did. So when you guys were first married.
I don't know if I remember back that far.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Great.
That's not that far
So
from me.
when you guys were first married, like what were some traditions or what were some things you established like your first couple of years of marriage?
So I'm in a unique situation. My parents and my family are not really in my life a lot.
Right.
My dad lives in Mississippi. I haven't talked to him in over 10
Mississippi?
years. Mississippi. Over 10 years. My mom, we talk, here and there. She lives in Arkansas. So when it comes to like Christmas things or like traditions for like holidays, I have one less side of that equation, if that
Right.
makes sense. Now, Kelsey's parents, Kelsey was an only child, so they're fully involved in Kelsey's life, and we love them. I mean, we have a lot of fun. That's one thing we were talking about last night is that my father-in-law was saying he's glad that I'm the way that I am, because if I was like a jock or someone that completely didn't sync up with him, it would not work very well, which I was like, okay, I guess it's good to be a nerd and be a geek about
It's good to be a nerd.
technology and production and radio and video and all that stuff. But so we just jumped into her traditions,
Got it.
I mean, there are some traditions that I carry that I had as a kid. We didn't have a lot of traditions growing up, but Christmas was a big thing with my family. And so like Christmas lighting is something that we did. We were not the most financially stable family. And so Christmas lights is a cheap, easy thing to do during Christmas is let's go look at Christmas lights. And so we always used to do that. So I do that with my kids. We always stop at like Quick Trip. They get a little frozen hot chocolate or wherever. And then we go look at Christmas lights. And
Did you guys start any traditions like together? Like
I'm trying to think.
The one we started, and I mean, it started, we do the Christmas light thing.
Mm-hmm.
And back in the wonderful days before children.
What?
I love my children, but back when it was just my wife and I, and we could do whatever we wanted. By the way, savor that over there.
I am.
We would go to Starbucks, get a tasty beverage, and we had certain neighborhoods we would go and do.
Yeah.
Now with the kids and everything, we like go hit like the charity displays.
Yeah.
And that's all we do. We don't.
Like the big drive-through ones.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, those are nice. We went to Winfield, did that one.
Oh, that's a fantastic one.
Yeah, which they had to close it. Did you see what happened?
No, they closed it this year?
So they were doing it,
Or is
and
it
then
like temporarily?
Yeah, and they had to temporarily close it because a semi
Like crashed into it. Like one
Like
of
the
the
I can
like,
see how that would happen. The way that
on the
road
giant
is,
on the giant curve.
yeah, the way that road is done.
he just wasn't paying attention.
When you get, I mean, it is in the dark, especially, and if it's hard to tell where that road goes.
Yeah, it's not situated the best.
No.
But it's super cool. We go to Botanica.
Yes, we do
every
that.
year.
Botanica's on that list.
We used to every other year, but I think this year we will make it 2 years in a row.
We do it every year. They change enough.
Yeah.
And also it's just kind of like, hey, we know that's the other thing is when you do something every single year, you still get the joy of it, but also you don't have to prepare yourself for something new. You can it's like, hey, I can lay back.
You know what to expect.
I know what to expect. I know the kids are going to love this, or we're going to stay here for a while for the the carousel.
Yes.
And it's kind of laid back. It's like I'm not expecting. You're not sitting there trying to absorb everything in.
And now that
it's
they
like,
have the food and
Yes.
and beverage vendors, so nice.
Oh yeah, very nice. And so we do Botanica, and then you were talking about the week after Christmas.
Yeah.
So the week that we take off for Christmas, our whole staff, we go to Branson. So we go
nice.
to Branson every time.
We've thought about doing that.
We talked about doing the same
because
thing.
down there they're still doing Christmas.
Right.
They're doing Christmas until New Year's. So it's like,
And
hey,
they
we
all
can,
run home and it's a ghost town for 4 months.
Yes. Yes. It is crazy.
Really?
Yeah. After the first of the year, they pretty much like there's stores that shut down. Like there's an Italian restaurant we go every year, or we did last year, and we probably go again this year. But we were talking to the waiter, and he was like, "Yep, we shut down for like a month and a half. I've got all my bills paid for that time, because we make enough money, and pretty much we don't work for a month and a half until we
take
kick
a
back.
little sabbatical.
Yep, we kick back in when Valentine's week. So
Interesting.
yeah, the whole town just shuts down.
I mean, but I could see
their
that,
town
though.
has less than what Derby has population wise,
Right. It's all tour.
It's all
it's all
tourism.
tourist traffic.
and so that time everything shuts down. No shows are going. Like most of your shops close.
That's like that's like their vacation
That's
from
their off-
the vacation.
yep.
It's their off season.
yeah, it's their off season.
Okay.
And so
I haven't had a grumpy old man rant yet.
okay.
Oh boy.
Well, this will be the last thing on this segment. So
Um,
what's your rant?
Speaking of Christmas lights and everything,
Uh-huh.
I am so done with Christmas Eve Sarajevo 1994 by Trans-Siberian Orchestra. Can we please find something else to play? For
Yeah.
the love of all things.
You're talking about like with Christmas light displays.
Yeah, I'm just so over that. So
I honestly I haven't seen that much. I think last night we saw one house that did TOS,
TSO.
TSO, whatever, dyslexia.
But like
Grand
Botanica
Orchestra
always
Siberian.
does.
Yes, yeah,
Yes.
Botanica will do it.
There's a sorry, I'm gonna steer us off for a second. There's a house in Rose Hill that is the Griswold house.
I have photos.
Have
somewhere.
you?
Yeah, we went to
yes,
last night.
We need to show.
It's amazing.
him. It's amazing.
Send me the address and we'll go look at
Yes,
it.
you need to go because you can get out and like walk up and down their driveway.
Yeah,
and they have like
just look up the Griswold house.
yeah,
of Rose
it's
Hill.
the Griswold house in Rose
Okay.
Hill.
Yeah. It's. I mean, there is no planning. They just laid things out and just
Yeah,
turned
they
them
just
on.
go and turn it on. Yeah, it's awesome.
We were sitting there and I was like, "How did they plan all that?" And I was like, "No, they just threw
They
everything
just
out
throw
their
it out
yard
there and
and just plugged it in." And
one. It's got like the top. It's like one of the top 5
Yep.
Christmas light houses.
There's no
in
display or
Wichita.
anything. Like there's no music or anything. It's just
It's literally lights and
just lights everywhere.
lights and.
Have you seen the
giant
house?
Santas
There is a
and-
Griswold type house here in Derby.
Is there?
Yeah. So when you're driving on K15 and there's that neighborhood.
There are a lot of neighborhoods on K15.
Hold on. So you're driving down south. Okay. You're driving down south. You pass the McDonald's. Okay. You're about to pass that chicken place, the El Paso. You know what I'm talking about.
Yes, the old. Yeah.
But if you look to your left as you're driving down the street, there's a house that they put all warm lights, and it's like straight, and their whole house is like, where.
Yeah,
Yes.
I know what you're talking about.
Their whole they lined up their whole house with lights. Like their wall has strings of lights. Their roof has strings of lights.
There's a house out.
I'm tired just thinking about it.
East of Derby, like by Dillon's, like in those neighborhoods out east.
Yeah.
And there's this house had one little strand, and then the Grinch.
Yeah.
Like the cutout Grinch.
How do you feel about that? Is that just laziness? Or is that, I feel like the first
It was
person that did
genius the first year.
Simply impressive.
But then it's like when everyone does it, it's like, okay.
It's like, okay, do something
It was
different.
genius the first year. Everyone started doing it, and now it's like, okay, you're just lazy.
I like the video on the internet that's going around of the guy who built the fake legs that swing back and forth, and he's dangling from the gutter.
The police came and thought it was someone that was actually about to fall.
Well, because they kept getting calls, I think.
Yeah.
So, okay. My other rant.
Okay.
Now that you got me on another rant.
Oh, no.
We're actually going to save it for the next segment.
Okay,
John.
okay.
So just hold it.
Perfect.
Just hold it. We'll be right back, and then we'll come back with John's quick rant, and then be back.
From Angel, the studio that brought you Sound of Freedom, comes The Shift. After encountering a mysterious stranger with otherworldly powers, a man is banished to a parallel Earth where he fights to get back to the woman he loves.
Imagine everything you have ever wanted.
Where's my wife?
Work for me and get back with the woman that you love.
I think the truth is that you're a liar.
The Shift. This film is IA rated. Exclusively in theaters beginning December 1st. More information is available at angel.com/The Shift.
Welcome back to Off Topic. JP, you have a rant. Continue. You've been holding your breath this whole time.
He's been holding his breath for the whole commercial break that you've experienced on the radio.
Now it's time for his rant.
Along my second Christmas light rant of the episode.
Yep.
The little laser things that project up on your garage.
But that's honestly
Does not count.
Unless you add it.
If it's a supplemental thing,
Yeah, if
it
it's-
counts.
I have never seen it done well.
No, I saw one last night. It was pretty good.
We did.
Like they had a
I
whole.
stand by what I
they
said.
had. They had a whole thing, and then they added that in.
Yeah, we just.
But if you go up to a house and that's all that you have,
Oh yeah. Then
Stop doing
that.
that.
Doesn't count.
it doesn't count. That is
You-
not
you
Christmas
are
lights. That is
lazy.
that is a Christmas projection. Okay.
It's not even Christmas. It's just
I'd rather you
red
do the
and green
Grinch.
answers.
Do the Grinch instead of the lasers.
Yeah,
Even the Grinch is funny.
I'd rather take
Like-
the Grinch. How do you feel about people just changing their porch lights to red and green?
Better
Again.
than the lasers.
Huh?
Better than the lasers?
Is it better than lasers?
Yes.
It is tasteful. Like if you
Yeah.
drive up to someone's house, like they got like lights around their house, and it's just red and green.
Random.
Okay.
Did you know it's
That's what
actu-
this.
It's actually a thing on Veterans Day in November to turn your house lights green.
Really?
I think I've heard that before.
So there you go. File that away.
Or it's like the people who, like on Halloween, they take their lights out of their driveway and they put orange bulbs in.
Or black lights.
I know someone. I know a family.
Is he sitting on this couch?
No.
Oh.
I know a family friend of ours that they have Christmas lights around their house all the year, and they change the bulbs to go with the holiday.
That's awesome.
That's fantastic.
So,
that's a lot of work.
That's
That's
awesome.
fantastic.
I mean,
So
I applaud you
So
for.
there's orange lights for Halloween, and then there's your Christmas lights, and then
I just noticed your little mini leg lamp that you.
oh
have.
yes,
Oh, that's fantastic.
yeah. So my mother-in-law got me that. Another good movie.
So okay. So this is a tradition Marin and I have. This just popped into my head. So every year when we go Christmas light
It's
looking,
like ADHD episode
is.
right now.
every year when we go Christmas light looking, I count how many leg lamps I see in the windows.
Is that like slug bug or something?
Yes.
You like punch her when
Leg lamp.
I miss being a kid and being able to do slug bug.
just hitting people for no good reason.
Look at the dealership. You're just like whacking the crap out of your cousin. We couldn't do
There's
that.
probably
so much.
some like really horrible origin
it
to
your
how that
cousin?
got started.
PT
but-
Cruiser give you a bruiser and then just yeah, you ever done that one? Yeah, yeah. When PT
I've
Cruisers
never
came
heard
out,
that
I was like,
until just now.
yeah.
There's a car that has thankfully gone away.
Yeah, and then there's a. Have you ever seen the PT Cruiser like luxury edition, where it's like the wood paneling?
Yes.
It's
Oh
like
no!
oh, it's the
what is
worst.
going on,
like
Chrysler?
trying way
why?
too
Why
hard.
did you?
This is
why?
why-
Who?
this
Who
is why
sat
you
in
don't
their
exist
office and
anymore.
said, "You know what?
You know,
Volkswagen Beetle doesn't look ugly enough. Let's do."
Let's do a PT.
Let's
Let's
You know what it
let's call
was?
it the Cruiser.
You know what it was? They made the Prowler and got cocky.
Yes, yes,
And then they're like, we'll make a PT Cruiser.
yes.
And you know what? For the luxury model, we'll add shiplapped wood paneling
yeah, to the outside of it.
to the outside,
Oh man.
and no leather seats.
Yeah, no leather seats though. Just wood,
Wood paneling.
Just, I thought that was the ugliest car. No offense, Chrysler, but
And then Chevy,
Or no offense to anyone who's owned a PT Cruiser ever.
well then Chevy
you
tried
just
to
are
get
dumb.
on the wagon too. They made that HHR
yes.
that was the worst.
Well,
thing
I mean, they
ever.
are owned by the same company technically.
No, they're not.
Yeah,
Chevy and Chrysler are two different
No,
things.
no, they're all owned by GM.
No, Chrysler is Stellantis. Chrysler was the other big three: Ford, Chrysler, GM,
I thought Chrysler was part of
and then Chrysler got bought by Daimler, who owns Mercedes, and that all got bought by Stellantis.
Man, I am learning so much right now.
No, so somebody at GM purposefully made the HHR
Just to mess with people?
to try to
Are you looking this up?
to try to get
He's
on the
looking it
PT
up.
Cruiser
So
bandwagon.
Chrysler is owned by
Stellantis.
in Stellantis, Nevada, and it's a wholly owned subsidiary of Fiat.
Yeah,
Which Fiat?
is Italian. Fragile.
Okay, never mind. Yep, you're right. Yep.
Fragile.
Yeah, because
part of the
because I thought Chrysler
Stellantis,
owned Fiat, but it's the other way,
Nevada?
right?
yes,
Fiat
it's the other way
owns
around
Chrysler.
now, which is so disappointing.
Interesting.
Yeah,
As
which
an
I've
American.
never seen that many Fiat cars.
Fiat, Chrysler, Maserati,
Dodge, Jeep, Ram.
Ram.
When did Ram become its own brand?
This
Yeah,
is probably
just like Grand Wagoneer.
And
Grand Wagoneer, it's its own brand.
no, it's
Yes, it is.
When did this
Jeep
happen?
took off all of Jeep branding off of it. It's
When
just
did it-
Grand Wagoneer now.
When did this happen?
when they,
when
brought
they
it
came
out.
back.
Oh,
They
It's
came
like-
out and it had Jeep on it a little bit, but then when they started taking the Jeep off of it, so
It's
it
like,
just says Grand
it's like the
Wagoneer.
Genesis now.
Yeah,
Genesis is its own brand. It's not a Hyundai Genesis
yeah,
anymore.
it's just Genesis.
yeah, but it's the luxury brand of Hyundai.
Yeah, well, that's a stretch, but yes.
Yeah.
As a man who drives a Hyundai, that's a stretch.
Isn't Audi a
Audi.
Audi, whatever?
Audi.
Audi.
You
You
have
know
an
what I'm
Innie
saying.
or an Audi?
Aren't they like a luxury Honda?
No, they're a luxury Volkswagen.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, because
You want to be
My
really
life
sad?
is-
You want to be really, really sad?
Yeah.
Volkswagen,
No, I already know about
Owns-
Volkswagen.
Audi,
huh?
Porsche,
It's Porsche.
and Bugatti.
They own Bugatti.
When you buy a Bugatti, you're just buying a fancy Volkswagen.
I still would buy a
really
Porsche.
expensive.
I still would buy a Porsche.
I want to say there's somebody else too, but I can't think of who it is. But yeah, Volkswagen's a pretty big
I
company.
don't know what. If I had the opportunity
Wait,
to buy a
never mind.
supercar,
Say something.
gosh, if you had the opportunity to buy a supercar, which one
Porsche.
would it? Okay,
Here's the thing. Does the new Corvette count?
Yeah.
Because that is a beautiful car.
yeah, it
The
is.
Stingray version.
Yes.
Oh
Yeah.
beautiful car.
Yeah,
Colby has one, like a little like a Hot Wheel.
Oh, you
Carries-
bought it? Man, I didn't realize you were that loaded.
No.
Bought your kid
Yeah.
a Stingray
Yeah.
already.
Yeah,
You can't even reach the pedals.
My 2-year-old son has a Stingray Corvette sitting in the garage, and it's for him, not for me. Never touched it. We still share one car.
I'm still picking you up on
Yeah,
Tuesday
yeah.
morning.
Even though I have a Stingray Corvette in my garage. No, that's not happening.
So Kim's,
But yeah, he has one. He carries it around. He loves it.
Kim's mom used to live in Kansas City, up right around the big fancy Ford dealer up there, where they would sell all the Ford GTs. And he said
Great looking car too.
the number of people that would, because they almost give you classes how to drive that thing if you're not used to a supercar, because it
Yeah,
is a
right.
completely different animal.
Oh yeah.
And he said, he had all these people, like potentially famous athletes, come and buy one, burn the clutch out, trying to get it off the lot.
Ooh.
Just turn it right back around and pay another $100,000, put a new clutch
How do
in
you
it
burn
or
a
something.
clutch out that fast?
It's apparently it's a thing.
See, and I don't know how to drive stick, but
Yeah, if you don't know how to drive stick, don't buy a stick.
right.
If you can't
That's
handle
why
it.
they pretty much don't make sticks anymore.
Yeah, I know.
It's sad.
It's sad.
I read an article or saw something
'Cause he sits
maybe it was
down
a
and
news
reads
product.
articles.
Yes, because that's what I do. But there was this guy that tried to steal a car. I think it was a news story.
Oh, did he get caught by the Gen Y anti-theft device?
Yes. Yeah.
Known as manual
tried
transmission?
He tried to steal a car and couldn't get
I think
it
I
into,
remember seeing this article
couldn't
as
get
well.
it into drive.
Yeah, he
because
couldn't
it was
figure
a
out how to do
manual
it.
because
It's
he
not
couldn't
that bad.
figure out the clutch and the gear. He couldn't.
Did he ditch it or did he get caught? I forget. how
I
the
think
story
he
ends.
ditched it.
I had to learn
And they
pretty
had,
quick
like,
because
security cameras.
I had a small time job of detailing cars at an auto shop one time at one point in my life.
I did not know this.
Me and Kelsey were talking about this. I feel like I've lived so many different lives. Like there's segments in my life that I can like.
Maybe you have.
Maybe I have.
It's a glitch in the matrix.
But I had to learn how to drive manual pretty quick because not all the cars that come into the auto shop are auto.
They are now.
Yeah, for the most part they are. I mean, this was an old Honda. And just turning on, I'm like, okay, oh man,
The worst drive on this thing.
You just see
What do you mean
the
one?
gear shift.
the gear shift just go like this. And it was pink leather print
Oh,
in the car with pink fuzzy dice hanging down. I was like, what is this car?
Oh no!
that's special right there.
Oh no!
I'm like, what type of car is this?
That's somebody who just embraced it.
Yeah.
They're just like, I'm driving a hoopty and I'm
Yeah.
living that life.
In a Honda Civic. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, come on now.
Yeah. Like a 1998 Honda Civic. Just go all out. with
And
the
there
swing.
are people I went to high school with who like had their old beat up
Yeah.
Civics and
Yeah.
Honda Accords and like did like a muffler delete on them and tried to make them look
I had a friend.
and sound
three
super
spoilers.
I went to
cool.
elementary
I'm
school.
like, bro, you're driving a 1998 Honda
I
Civic.
will say though,
And that car's still on the road though.
I had I had a friend from
500,000 miles on it.
I had a friend from elementary school. He somehow, I don't know how he got this. Maybe his parents bought it, but he had a El Camino. Yeah.
Baby pickup truck.
Yep. Yeah. Did you see it in the parking lot when you went to Derby?
I know of it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, he owned that thing. And then a couple years ago, I saw him in a wreck, like on Rock Road. By the way, the other car was destroyed. His car was not even touched
Well, of
because,
course.
it's a steel
Yes,
vehicle.
Yes.
Going
It's
down the
metal.
road.
it's kind of a cool it's a cool idea.
You know what I want? I'm thinking about buying an old, box truck.
Oh, yeah.
Like box
Oh,
pickup
yeah.
truck, like 1980s.
Like an old Chevy.
Chevy.
Yeah, baby.
And where I can just kick that
Did you just
sucker-
say 80s?
Are
Yeah,
we talking
I
like
could say 80s,
are we
yeah.
are we
80s
talking
or
like
or 70s.
Like,
Like-
like 50s for a
Oh,
box.
man.
I was gonna say because we're not talking about like Marty McFly's Toyota 4x4.
No, that's like 90s and 80s. I mean, yeah, that is 80s. But that's
I don't
Toyota.
understand when that movie came out.
1985.
Yeah, I was. Okay, so I'm thinking of my dad had a 1976 Chevy Silverado, and that thing, you open it up and then there's the engine.
Yeah, you
Yes.
see it in
That's
every
all there
movie.
is.
There it
Yeah.
is. Okay, you got the carbonator,
bench seat.
The carbonator?
carbonator.
What's a carbonator?
Carburetor. Goodness,
Is that where
calm
you
down,
freeze Han
guys.
Solo?
Hold on. Okay, you need to change the spark plugs. Boom, there they are.
Yeah.
You know, air filter. Boom, there it is.
But you have to add the boom.
Yeah, yeah. Do you know that? You know, say
You're the John Madden of car
I got taught
repair.
this trick at a very young age. Do you know the trick to use a starter that has gone out? My grandpa showed me this.
No, I do not know.
If you can get to your starter, which you're not going to be able to because of how compact your
the way
car
cars
is.
are now. Yeah.
So I had a 1997. I think I've shared this. I had a 1997 Chevy Cavalier.
Glorious car.
When
all
I was in high
ways.
school. And so starter went out. My grandpa was like, hey, just take a flathead screwdriver long enough. And what you do is you go under the car, because you can see my starter, and connect the two posts together.
Oh,
and
no.
it will fire it and it will start the car. And he's like, you just do that until you can get a starter. I was like, okay.
So
So I'm there.
You're in the
I'm
parking
there,
lot with a
like,
screwdriver.
and I think it happened. I would have to ask Kelsey. I think it happened one time we were together, and I had to get out of the car and do it. And she was like, "What?" She was like, "Why aren't you fixing that?" I was like, "That's fine."
Sorry, what's that like on a first date?
Oh,
Sorry,
oh,
sorry,
oh my
car
goodness.
doesn't
This
work.
happened.
Hold on.
So no,
Let me
here's
get out.
here's
Get
another thing.
underneath
I
it.
have so many stories about this car. So there was one time me and Kelsey were hanging out, and it got late in the day, and so we were getting tired. And so I was taking her back home. We're in my Chevy Cavalier. We go to her house, and it's cold outside. I mean, it's like in the teens in the winter. So we go around the cul-de-sac, and she's sitting in the passenger, and my door just goes, just opens, and we both go, huh? And I'm just turning, and then because what happened is when she closed it, the latch didn't latch down, and it just froze open. And so when we turned, it just went. It just opened, and I was like, huh?
Can you do the sound again?
It was amazing. She still laughs at that story to this day, because that was. I have another story that my latch on my hood froze, and I was going down the road on 235, driving, taking my friend to something, and then it goes. All here is. And then he just comes and wraps around the whole windshield and goes onto the roof. And then I'm getting into the shoulder, and it just goes back down. Windshield is cracked, of course. My dumb self and my friends were like, you know what we can do? Let's take the hood off. Take the hood off. We take the hood off, and we're out there on the side of 235, banging it back into place. Like bending it back into place. I put it on. I had some wire in my car, because that's how you fix things back then. I latched and then just wrapped it in there, and just it stayed there so that I can get to my grandparents, because they were lived down the street. That's
fantastic.
My grandpa just bought me a new hood, because the hood was like $100.
My hydraulics in the Avalon, the hood of the Avalon went out, so I would carry a 2x4 in my trunk.
Same problem.
And so
the Hyundai has the exact same problem.
So
I hate hydraulics
would change the wiper fluid at the gas station. Be that guy, go to the trunk, open it, grab the 2x4 shut.
That happened.
Put it up under the hood.
That happened in my BMW X3. So there was one time I put it up, and I'm working on it, and I hear you can hear the hydraulics going out, and I'm like, oh no, and it's a heavy hood. And I'm like, it's resting on my head, and I'm like, this is awful. Daniel Dixon will tell you the story of his back gate. Did he ever tell you the story?
I feel like he did, but I don't remember it.
It got bent. Like somehow the hydraulics of it went out. It went to go close, and it bent his whole thing.
It's
and
like
so
that,
he had to replace the whole back.
It's like that scene in that short from Monsters, Inc. where he gets a new car and Mike gets stuck under the hood.
Yeah.
So
oh man!
Not even 3 weeks ago, one of the headlights in the Hyundai went out, and I go to AutoZone, right? Get a headlight, and I'm at the Can I borrow a stick?
You know what we should do is
Guy
just
hands me a
take the
squeegee.
hydraulics off of Jace's car.
Oh, that'd be
Hey,
awesome.
there you go.
Or you could take one.
Well, his is the exact same year, so it's probably worn out too.
Yeah, you could take one of his, and then you guys can both just kind of.
that's nice. Have
yeah,
that.
let's see.
This
Half
is like
and half.
doing the walk,
Sharing.
doing the walk of shame. Can I borrow?
Can I
I
borrow a
borrow a
stick?
stick?
Borrow a stick.
See, in the winter, if you've got a long enough like scraper,
There you go.
Yes.
yeah, that's what I used to use. Well, we are out of time for this episode. We didn't talk about really anything. We just kind of talked about got caught up, back up into speed of what's going on in our day-to-day lives, and just talked about Christmas, music, and cars.
Cars,
So,
there you go.
so we had a lot of fun. If you enjoyed this and want to know more, and you want to watch some more episodes, you can find us anywhere on your podcast platforms. Just search Off Topic. You can also follow us on social media at The Alive Net, and we'll see you guys next week.